So it was just the standard night out. We had some drinks at our house, and then my friends and I headed down to the city centre where we were going clubbing. And essentially, I have very little memory. I remember putting my coat away, going to the bathroom, having a dance, and I have snippets of me kind of at the bar meeting up with some other friends. And that's all I remember really until about 9 a.m. in hospital. Um, it's just terrifying. My friend said that apparently I, out of nowhere, just stopped communicating. I was kind of unable to talk. And then I tried typing something on my phone and they couldn't figure out what I was trying to say. And then I was unable to stand up. And eventually, security, I think, told us we had to leave. I think they assumed I was just very drunk. And in the taxi home, I was just uncontrollably being sick. Apparently, I was almost screaming out and then going unconscious, or that like it was just awful. So my friends called the ambulance in the taxi because they could just tell that there was a lot more going on. Um, and by the time I was in the house, I was unconscious, kind of choking on my own sick.
Oh dear.
And yeah, and when the ambulance, I think they took me away straight away. And yeah, when I woke up in hospital, I had a really throbbing hand, very, very unaware what was going on. And obviously a bruise starting to develop, and the hospital hadn't like done tests on my hand in terms of like put the needle in, if that makes sense. So
Yeah. So you believe that
it
you
was
were
very
injected in your hand as a result of that. So were the hospital able to establish whether there'd been an injection there and what maybe you'd been injected with?
So I don't know how accurate this is in terms of the regulations, but I don't think they can test without police. I think the police have to do that sort of thing, but the victim has to make the statement to the police, and of course, the longer you wait, the more likely things are out of your system. So it was 2 days later when the police did the urine sample, and that's still at the lab, but chances are something could have been out of my system by that point.
What's your worry though? Because I mean, who knows what it was? Who knows whether the needle was even clean?
I know. So I had a hepatitis. They did a hepatitis test in the hospital, which was amazing of them. And then they told me, like, at the very unfortunate chance I'd contracted HIV, that that wouldn't show up in my system for a while because it takes a while to kind of go around. So I've got that test booked in for tomorrow, actually. I don't know. I think I was the first person to report it, although I've had numerous people reach out to me yesterday, essentially saying this happened to me the week beforehand, but I just thought I was going crazy because I hadn't heard of it at that point. This, that, the other. So I kind of just thought, how is this happening? I didn't quite know if I was just, I don't know what's the word, just going crazy, because this wasn't how I thought you got spiked. I just thought it would be through your drink.
And how are you feeling now about going out? You know, part of student life in Nottingham is going out, isn't it? How are you feeling about that?
Just incredibly nervous. I've been out a few times since, and I haven't had much to drink at all, or I've been completely sober. And it actually hasn't made me feel any better being completely sober. You just realise in a club, obviously half the experience is how busy it is, and people are just packed together. Obviously, people are brushing up against you all the time, knocking into you. It's quite like obviously a physical experience, so you can't you can't just have eyes everywhere. Obviously, there are people suspecting they've been spiked in so many different parts of their body. You can't look out for that, whether you're sober or not, and it's just really terrifying. Really having no clue what's going on at the minute.
Not terrifying. Stop drinking. You know what's good.